Hi, I hope you're doing well. I'm back again to talk about the solar eclipse happening, and it'll be happening on October 2nd, and it'll be happening at 10 degrees Libra. I think one of the most interesting parts of this eclipse is that if you look at the body graph, it says heart manifester. And when we look at a heart manifester, that is somebody who their authority is to find what makes their heart sing and to initiate that. And though we are not all manifestors, and initiation is something that is not really part of our process unless you're a manifester, this does talk about the idea of a brand new cycle. September 17th, we had the lunar eclipse, and this really was talking about cycles as well. But this is closing a chapter and also opening a new door because it is also a new moon. And so we have Mars in gate 53, line 1, and we also have Chiron in gate 42. And so together, they're giving us the full channel of the 5342, which is a cyclical channel. The thing about Mars in the gate 53 line 1 is it is this idea that your new beginning is your gold. And what that really means is that when you begin a new cycle with the gate 53 or an experiential cycle, now experiential is the energy we are living. This is our life. So we're beginning a new cycle. And a lot of times, Ra Uruhu used to say that these cycles would be at least 7 years. So if you start at one of these types of cycles, usually it was something that would be in your life for 7 years. And if you decide to jump out of that cycle because maybe you didn't do your homework to decide if that really is what you want to do, then that could be this perspective of getting into a cycle that you don't really want to be in, getting out and feeling regretful because you've sort of lost the opportunity to find out what that actually would have been for you had you stayed in it. But, if you don't want to do it anymore, what else can you do? So what this really is talking about is new cycles beginning, but also understanding that whatever new cycle you're beginning really needs to have the real homework done on what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and if it is really something that you want. And if it is, this can be a very powerful new cycle that you're beginning. Having said that, because as soon as we have the Chiron in the gate 42, we know that it comes with this kind of wounding or this healing or this energy for something that needs to be let go to really move forward in this life and in this cycle, whatever this is for you. And so it is, I could say you could liken this to that dream job you've always wanted, but yet you have to leave your hometown where you really have a nice base and you're happy to, to live there, but you have to leave that hometown and move to a different city and start this new job, this new dream job. So you're really happy for the opportunities and the new cycle that you're beginning. But having said that, there is a sort of a closing of another cycle where you feel kind of a sadness or a bit of a loss. So it is something good, but also comes with some emotional energy that might be attached to it. So this is the overarching energy that this cycle is going to bring. But then when we look at the heart manifester body graph perspective of the transit or this solar eclipse, we also see that the 4521 channel is activated, and this is a manifesting channel. So it is manifesting something new. So this is extremely powerful energy for beginning new cycles, both personally and globally. So whatever cycles we see happening or beginning during this solar eclipse energy, which can be up to 6 months after it actually happens, could be really powerful energy that is long lasting. We could even say 7 years, but who knows? So it is about what makes your heart sing. What is something you really want to do? Now, when we have the 4521 channel activated, this talks about tribal energy, tribal abundance. And so we know immediately that it's going to be related to something material based, abundance. It could be education. It could be some way to improve yourself. It could be about support. It could be about financial support. So this is what this whole solar eclipse is really talking about. It is talking about energy that supports you in the Maya, the things we need to survive. So it has a big emphasis on the work you do, how you make your abundance, the things that you do to support yourself. So that is kind of the biggest focus that we have within this energy. And what even makes this more powerful, this solar eclipse, is that it is happening on a spot where the north and south node were transiting through the gates 48 and 21, back from July 8th to 19th, 2024. So themes that were happening then could be reactivated both personally and globally, and it could be connected to this new beginning, new cycle, new energy that we're sort of stepping into. Jupiter in the gate 45, line 5, this could connect to spirituality, spiritual education, things that you're going to do. The bottom line is whatever you are doing to improve your life, especially with the nodes in the gate 18 and 17. So it's improvements of some kind, can bear fruit if you have the patience to stick with the process and understand that anything that you're going to do is going to take time. And keep in mind that with the sun and the moon in the gate 48, this is about logical energy. It is half of the channel of talent, which means that it is time consuming. It is a time thing that will slowly improve over time. And so you take some small steps, things start to get better, and then you take a few more steps and things start to get better, and that is sort of the way it goes. There might be some times where you're standing in place and waiting for the next step to show up. And that is part of the process as well. But it is an opportunity, if you want to take it, to start a new cycle that's going to lead to some vast improvements in your life. Mercury juxtaposed in the gate 48, where it's in detriment and also exaltation sort of equally. It means that they're both in play. And so we might see all expressions of the energy. We can anyway with any gate that is not in detriment or exaltation, but this is even more of a concept of switching back and forth between the energies. What it really talks about is this idea that the changes that you make can be related to what you show to the world, the talent you bring to the world, the things that you want to show people that you're good at. There is the perspective of, with Mercury here, it could be this idea that you want to show everybody what you can do. And you want to tell everybody, look, I can do this, this, and this. And yet what this energy is really about is the gate 48 and also the gate 18, which is feeding the critiques or the ways to improve your life. All projected energy. In other words, it is something that needs to be invited out of us. It needs to be asked for from us, to be recognized, your talent to be recognized. But with Mercury here, it can sometimes be this idea that you're feeling potentially that you will never be recognized. Even after you're starting to make improvements in your life, you may not be recognized for the betterment that you're doing, the things that you're doing that are the things that you're doing in your life that are better and good for you. But this also says that your time will come, and to patiently understand that when the timing is right, you will be recognized for the improvements that you're making, if that's something that you feel is part of what you want to have in your life. But ultimately, it is really about you and what you are bringing to yourself. And the improvements that you make are to empower you. Despite what other people say or do, you are always going to feel empowered by the improvements that you make for yourself. And this is another theme of how you can wait patiently and empowered to see that eventually, when the timing is right, you will be recognized, but knowing already that you've already done a good job because you're at least trying to move in a direction of a betterment of yourself. With the 2145 channel activated, it also brings this theme of leadership, and it is talking about this idea of maybe that is part of the improvements that you're trying to enact in your life, that you're trying to be a better leader of your own life, and also maybe you're a leader for other people. What this is really talking about is the gate 21 line 1 is warning, and this is saying that, force is the last resort that we always do whenever we're in a leadership position. When you are in a leadership position, especially with the gate 21, it is something where you're given the power and authority to be in that position. If people are not listening to what you are saying or doing, then sometimes you have to become more forceful in how you are leading and let people know that you are, in fact, the authority. That's another theme that might be potential within this solar eclipse. This idea of people trying to kind of take the power away, or maybe not allow you to have the power that you have rightly earned, and you having to take it back in some way. This is always going to be about balance in how you stand your ground. And this is really talking about standing your ground and being in a place of authority, because that's your rightful place. We also have Venus in the gate 44 line 5, and this is talking about this idea going too far in how you wrestle back your authority. will sometimes make more enemies than friends. And so finding the balance between too much and too little will serve you well. So this really does require some level of precision on how you work with this energy of leadership. But if you strike the right balance, this is when you can have the people that you're working with respecting you and also enjoying working with you as well. And also just taking a leadership role in your improvements in life, in your direction in life. And if there are people who are trying to get you off your path and say, no, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't whatever, this is where you're wrestling back that energy and say, I'm going to do what I know is right for me. The time of people trying to control me and tell me what I should and shouldn't do is over. So that's the other perspective. It can be in a work situation, or it could ultimately be just in your life where you have people who are trying to wrestle that control for your life out of your hands. And this is where you're taking back your power and saying, no, this is my life, and I have every right to live it the way I want to. So that's where this empowerment of a new cycle can also come into play. From a global perspective, the Gate 21 line 1 was active from July 8th to 19th. And so this is the warning that I had talked about when I did a video back then, just talking about this energy. And it really does kind of come in with this tribal energy. It is tribal warfare, you could say. So it is pushing the envelope too far. So there's a good potential that we could see leaders in high positions, global leaders of all kinds, any of those types of leaders pushing the envelope too far, or alternatively, the people pushing the envelope too far. And there's a wrestling for control. With Jupiter in the gate 45, line 5 in detriment, this is talking about leaders who don't deserve the leadership role, trying to take back power or trying to get respect, even though they may not have actually earned it. So that is a theme that we might see globally as well. This can also be pushing the envelope too far in conflicts because this is tribal energy. And with Jupiter in this energy, this could also sort of point the finger at spiritual leaders who are trying to wrestle back the control or trying to be more in control of their followers or something like that. But we will see how that plays out. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful solar eclipse, and I will be back again soon. Until next time, take care and bye for now.